Hey y'all, I hope everybody's doing good. I decided that it was time to make a 3-month check-in, which is a little bit funny because I'm over 3 months. Technically, I'm kind of 4 months in to LimeLife, my LimeLife journey, but around 3 months was when I really was like, I need to check in and I need to tell everybody how my why has totally changed. And it's, hey Anita, I miss you this week. So, just to give y'all a heads up, this video will be about my time with LimeLife. It will be about seizures over the last few months. Because really, I'm going to call it a 3-month check-in with LimeLife. And it's basically a 6-month check-in with having seizures. Just about 6 months. Actually, I think it is 6 months since May. So, yeah, I put this off for a while. 1, we were really busy. And 2, I wanted to be careful about how much I share. And y'all know, it's not often that I don't hesitate. I typically don't hesitate to share a lot. Y'all know that. Y'all know that, right? It's not always easy for me, but I don't hesitate typically. But I was hesitant to share some of what I'm going to share here. But I'm going to go and do it because I feel like I'm supposed to. And y'all know if I feel like I'm supposed to, it's going to happen. So let me just start at the basics of LimeLife, right? Hey girl. The basics, okay? When I first joined, y'all know I had been looking into something for my skin because I was so sensitive. I couldn't find anything that didn't make my skin react other than one type of foundation. And I really didn't like the foundation, but you use what you can. And then while searching for something my skin could use, I also kind of warped into this journey of trying to be healthy. This last year, come January, James and I were going to try to be healthy because we wanted to start trying to grow our family. Well, y'all know that whole plan got thrown for a loop because I had the 2 surgeries in January, which just pushed my desire to become more healthy even more. And then I started having seizures in May. So this whole year was like, whoop, cattywampus, you know what I mean? Y'all are well aware of that. So something that started out as I had happened to be doing research on healthy skincare and makeup that I could use, because I wasn't even thinking skincare. In my mind, I couldn't use any skincare. I just come to that conclusion. I was also researching other ways to make an income because I had missed so much work with my surgeries. So when the seizures happened, about a month later, the reality hit that I wasn't going to go back to work anytime soon, and I already had LimeLife in my hands. I had the foundation. I loved it. The more I learned about the company, I loved it. And James was the one who just finally encouraged me and said, why not? What's the worst that could happen? The kit is $170, like we can do that to put into something that why not? At least you're going to get products you can use, right? That we thought I could probably use. So to this day, I'm thankful for him doing that because little did I know then the impact it would have on me now. So the first month or 2, it really gave me something to put myself into. It gave me something to pull myself out of that seizure funk. It gave me something to not sit with being okay that, I just have seizures and if I'm going to have to be home anyway, I'm just going to sit here. It really pulled me out of that. And to be honest, my testimony is over depression, okay? And so when the seizures first hit and the reality sunk in that I was going to be having them, the depression was really trying to come on hard. It was trying hard. So I'm a big advocate in times when you're being attacked in that way, you feel like you're depressed. Stop fighting against the depression and start fighting for something and start fighting for yourself. For me, LimeLife gave me that perfect opportunity to take the focus off what I couldn't control and put it onto something I could control that made me a part of a community, a part of a team, and also something I enjoyed and loved, and has just pulled this worth and value and more identity out of me, right? So I say that also nonchalant, but I've shared a lot of that. You guys know that that's what it really has helped me with, especially through the really thick seizure months, okay? So I am forever grateful for that. I have often said I did not expect LimeLife to help me out financially, and it has. And a lot of times I don't share specifically how, but today I'm going to. And this is what I've hesitated to share about because things are still happening, but I just feel like it's time. So financially, right as I started getting my first LimeLife paycheck, I thought, man, well, you know what? That can help some of the moving costs that we were going through. That can help, pay off some of the utility bills from the townhome and then the utility bills in our new place. And then slowly I can start putting that towards the medical bills I've accrued. Okay, that was the goal financially. I literally have it written down. Start paying off medical bills with this, even if it's $50 a month. Okay, first off, I've always made more than $50 a month with LimeLife, including my very first month that I worked 2 weeks out of June, and it was way more than $50. So there's that. I wasn't expecting that, but this is how things changed very quickly after my journey with LimeLife started. My beautiful stepson came into the picture for the summer, and very, very quickly it was becoming apparent that things were not right. I'm not going to go into details because things are still going on, and I want to be respectful of, I just want to be respectful and honoring no matter what. So I hope y'all can hear my heart in this, but I need to be real about it as well. Another unexpected thing happened in our life where all of a sudden I'm calling James while he's at work, and I'm saying, things are not okay here. Our beautiful child is saying things that are concerning and alarming to me. And what I will talk about was just the schooling side of it. He's come leaps and bounds now, but the schooling was a huge concern, and how much school he was missing and where he was educational wise. So with that chunk being said, some of you know a little bit of that. Most of you don't know much about it because I have tried to be very private and honoring until it's all done. It's not done yet. However, because of that, basically some red flags went up, and we now have Jackson here. We've had him here since, and that is the plan. So very quickly, my need that what I needed LimeLife to hit, instead of, I'll start chipping away at medical bills, turned into, I need LimeLife to provide me enough income to pay for a lawyer. I need LimeLife to provide me enough income per month so that we can fight for what's right, okay? And so I just shared something on my Facebook the other day that my beautiful friend Bree shared, and it talked about successful woman, and she stopped fighting for things that were small. She stopped fighting for her to have an opinion with other people. She stopped fighting towards, people to see her a certain way. And I think at one point it says stopped fighting for people's rights who were ungrateful or didn't want them, and I loved that post because it really made me feel like where we're at right now is that I shifted about month 2, so probably about a month and a half ago. I shifted from fighting to feel like I had any control over my life at this point. I shifted from that to I have got to fight for what I believe in, and I've got to fight for this beautiful child, okay? And for everybody involved. For everybody involved. I'm praying for everyone involved. Everybody in the situation deserves to be happy and healthy and part of the family. So hear my heart there. But I shifted. Honestly, it was like, give me some type of control back in my life so that I can feel like this year hasn't just completely stripped all control out. And then here's the situation. And I just decided in that moment, LimeLife is now my full-time job, taking care of and bringing him back up to speed with my beautiful son, my full-time priority. And how the two needed to coexist was I needed LimeLife to provide me enough income to pay for a lawyer, because it was very clear we needed a lawyer. So I just have to tell you guys, it has. It's given me that and so much more. You know, the Lord has provided in so many beautiful ways, and I just can't help but take a step back and go, I would have never expected this to be a way He would provide. Ever. But I'm so thankful for it. It's given me the freedom to be here when I've needed to, for Jackson. And on top of that, like I said, I needed it to provide income for a lawyer, and it has consistently every single month. So, you know, this is, I feel like I can get on here all the time and talk so freely and so honestly, like it's no problem. And I'm going to be real with you guys. This is a hard conversation for me. This is hard. You know, I'm normally trying to be motivating and inspiring and like, now's your time to join, whether it's not LimeLife, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, now's the time. But this is hard for me because it's not just me sharing my heart about seizures or sharing my heart about depression. This is me sharing about a situation that affects other people. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy at any angle. So my why with LimeLife shifted to my little boy. Plain and simple. Now, big picture. Do I need and do I expect LimeLife to provide income, you know, for until the lawyer is done? Yes. And do I also expect it to grow and produce enough income to pay off medical bills? Absolutely. I'm banking on it. I'm seeing it happen. And then bigger picture, who knows? You know, I need to expand my view, but I have to be real right now. My 3-month in, I'm loving LimeLife more than I ever have. The community of women it's brought around me is amazing. The fact that it gave me something to pour myself into that wasn't connected to seizures, it wasn't connected to everything going on in life, it was just my own, is amazing. But what I feel like I've done a poor job expressing is how it has met the needs I needed it to. I've needed it to meet these needs. One, for me, emotionally and spiritually, check. I needed it to hit a financial need, and it has provided every single month in and month out. Now, I have been putting work into it, and you guys have been amazing with your support, but I just, the reality is LimeLife is a company where it can meet your needs. If you're honest about what your needs are, it can meet them. And I'm a firm believer of anytime you pair that with Jesus, like, it's gonna be okay. You know, it's gonna work out. So I just feel like right now I'm really passionate about, if you're feeling a stirring, and again, I'm gonna make this clear, whether it's LimeLife, of course I love LimeLife because I'm proof that it's working, but no matter what it is, whatever that thing that you've been toying around with, that you've been thinking about, or it might help, it may not, or if you just need something apart from your life right now to pour yourself into, please don't wait. Do not wait. I don't care if you join me. I don't care if you join someone else. I don't care. Don't wait, because looking back, we had no idea what was right around the corner. This entire year, we've had no idea what was right around the corner, okay? We had no idea. We had no idea the things we were going to find out, and the fact that we were going to have to fight for Jackson and for what's best for him. So if my husband in that moment hadn't said, stop dragging your feet, sounds like something you want to do, what's the worst that can happen? Go for it. If he hadn't challenged me in that way, I wouldn't have started. And then we would have been scrambling. And I'm just going to tell you guys, sometimes Just the simple fact of not having to scramble doesn't mean things are easy, but sometimes just not having that extra layer of scramble and what do we do now to make this happen. Not having to think about that in a time of need is massive. It's massive. It allows you the space to still rest while you're fighting. I have to say that again, okay? Having something already set up so that when unexpected things pop up, you don't have to scramble. You may still have to be wise, but you don't have to scramble, okay? If the fact of, oh gosh, we have Jackson, we have to get a lawyer now. If we had to scramble in that moment to figure it out, it would have been 10 times more stressful than it already naturally was going to be. So LimeLife gave me the opportunity to not have to scramble, which then gave me this space to rest while fighting. Do you guys hear what I'm saying here? Okay? I was able to rest in knowing that LimeLife can hit this need and pay for this lawyer much longer than we expected, but it's still paying for the lawyer. I could rest in that and know we're fighting for the right thing, then scramble and try to figure out how do we get to fight for the right thing. I just am so passionate right now. You should never feel torn between fighting for the right thing and saving money. And I get the reality. It's so hard. It's so hard for a lot of people. We don't have that financial freedom a lot of times, especially after life kind of smacks you around for a year. But that's what LimeLife has given me. That is the biggest thing that it has given me, okay? Everything else aside, my emotional health aside, my loving what I'm doing aside, my passion, my deciding that I'm actually worth it and beautiful and wanting to help others, put all of that aside. It has given me the freedom to fight for a little life that is more important than anything else in the world to me. I am going to get so emotional right now because that's how good LimeLife is, and that's how good my God is. That He knew we were going to need it. So that's my encouragement, okay? Don't push aside those Sandy. Don't push aside those little moments where you feel like something's nudging you. Don't ignore it. And you know what? As women, as moms, a lot of times we go, oh, that's probably just selfish. I don't need to put that money into that right now. That's just me wanting to feel pretty. And you put it on the back burner. Don't do that. Don't do that. What if you feeling pretty seize your brain. Consecutively, what if you feeling pretty ups your confidence, ups your mood, changes the whole dynamic of your family, the mood of your kids, the fact that you can instill in them confidence, right? And then on top of that, bring in some bacon while you're at it. Why wouldn't you do something like this? Ladies, like, why not? Now, I get it. I was there doing the same thing. Well, I just started having seizures. I know I was thinking about doing this before. I was pretty busy, though. But now that I'm starting to have seizures, yeah, I would have time, but this is not the time to spend $170. This is not the time. Like, I'm losing my income. This is not the time to spend $170. Instead of saying, this is the time to invest in myself, because mentally I'm going, what the heck has happened? I'm having seizures. This is the time. What is $170 compared to investing in me? 1. 2, I just lost my income. Of course, this is the time to jump into something that can provide income that I can do from anywhere. We got to change that mindset. Now, at the moment, nowhere did I know it would end up being the best decision ever, because then we got to fight for Jackson. We had no idea that was coming. We really didn't. Not to this extent. 3/almost 4 months in, it has changed my life. It has. And I say that because if I didn't know that I could depend on LimeLife to bring in that money for that lawyer, I don't think we'd have Jackson right now. I'm just being real right here, and I'm going to try not to lose it. So, it has changed my life in so many drastic ways. But that, if I take a step back and I look in, at this point, there's nothing without him. I mean, y'all know what I'm saying. Like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine anything different. And I hate to think that we could have been in a spot of complete chaos and scrambling to try to figure out how do we get a child in a healthy environment. I hate that we live in a world where that's a reality, that people have to deal with that every day. I don't know how to get my child in a healthy environment because of a lack of financial or a lack of help or a lack of emotional healing. I hate that that's the type of world we have, but we have Jesus. And I fully believe Jesus brought LimeLife into my life for this reason. So many other facets to it. But at the end of the day, the reality of having to choose or figure out how we can make it happen, I just said, you know what? That's a need I'm going to need LimeLife to hit. And it did. And it has every time. Every time. So, that went a different direction than I was planning, which happens. But guys, I just, I have to be real about it. It's been weighing on me. It's been weighing on me because it's not about the makeup and the skincare. Although, even if it was just about the makeup and skincare, it's worth it. Okay, because this stuff is amazing. But how good is it that I work for a company, or it's really my company now, but that encourages you to figure out what need you have. Set a goal way bigger than it. Go after it and make sure it hits it. And in the meantime, put your family first. I'm beyond blessed. That's the true reason I decided to get on here and actually make this video today. Y'all can ask Bree. I've been hesitating on making this video. But today I was overwhelmed with how blessed I am. Overwhelmed. Do I still have control over 80% of my life? No. No. Do we know what's going to happen next month with the seizures? No. Do we know for sure what's going to happen next month with Jackson? No. Do I have to even worry that we will be able to give it our all? No. We'll make it. That's the biggest thing LimeLife has done for me. So, and in the meantime, boosted my confidence to actually be able to share in a very real way. So, I'm just going to let y'all know that's where I'm at today. I am feeling overwhelmed by how blessed I am. I am in one of those retrospective look back moments. I don't like to get stuck there a lot because my brain could just go forever. But I'm in one of those moments where I'm looking back and going, I don't like living in the what if. But my brain today was like, I'm so blessed. And then it went to, what if? What if I had said, you know what, it's just the wrong time because I don't know what's going on with these seizures. I could be fighting depression again. Now, I have victory over it, okay? But I'm just saying, that's where your what ifs will lead to. So maybe instead of saying, I'm too busy right now, now's not the time to be spending $170. Let me just say this. If you're in a financial space where you're saying, $170, I just can't do it, then you need LimeLife in your life. You need something else in your life. Like, just think about that for a second. I'm not saying don't be wise with your money. I'm saying if you're pinched that much, you need something else that you can bring additional income in that's solely based around your schedule and around your family, and is also, big plus, going to make you feel amazing about yourself and others. I'm just saying. So, I need to stop yakking. LimeLife, y'all. It has changed my life in so many ways. I just shared with you guys the deepest way. Again, I have been hesitant to talk about it because I want there to be honor with everybody involved. And like I said, this one I'm going to end it on. Everybody involved in the situation going on with our beautiful son, everybody deserves a free life and a happy life and to be a part of this family. That's all we want. And I'm going to end it on financial freedom should never, things financial should never be the deterring factor. And if you get to fight for what's right or fight for somebody else's life, all too often it is. And let me just tell you, if you're in a spot like that, please message me, because LimeLife can bring you through it. It can give you that space where you can rest and fight at the same time. I promise you that. Promise you that. So I love you all. Thank you all so much for your support. This is it for me. You know, this is my full-time job. This is my life. I'm going after big promotion this month. I'm going after that. Yes, now that I know it can meet those needs of a lawyer cost, it can do so much more than that too. It can pay off my medical bills as well. And it can provide for Christmas. It can, and it will. I believe in it, and it's given me the ability to believe in myself in that way also. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Sorry my 3-month check-in kind of happened at 4 months, but just how it goes. I hope you guys have an amazing day. It's beautiful outside here in Tennessee. If you have a chance to, just go sit outside and think of all the things you're blessed to have. I love you all. Bye.